All right, so for our next FIFA career mode series, we are going to be using Liverpool, aka the team I support, my favorite team. This is going to be our next career mode. So I had a lot of trouble picking our next team. I knew that I wanted to do another Premier League career mode team. We've already done Spurs. We've already done Newcastle as well. I was thinking about like Wolves, Aston Villa maybe, but I feel like those career modes will be so similar to like the Newcastle one because they're all in kind of like a similar position in the Premier League right now. And today, the day I'm making this video, Liverpool just qualified for the Champions League for next season. We finished 3rd. So this career mode is we're gonna pretend this is next season. That is why you see Norwich in the Premier League, Watford, and then Swansea City. The promotion playoffs have not been played. The final hasn't been played, but Swansea are in the final, so I just threw them in there. So I just kind of thought, you know, I don't know which team to use. Why not use my favorite team? So we're in the Champions League. Like I said, we're gonna pretend this is next season. So Van Dijk, Gomez, Henderson, everyone is fully fit. So I'm calling this the comeback season. This might be just a 1-season career mode, kind of hold us over until our next one, or it might be like a 2 or 3 season. I have no idea. That depends on what you guys want. But I put us in this Champions League group: Liverpool, Dortmund, Shakhtar, and Rennes. Now I know Liverpool are a very, very good team on FIFA, so this is definitely on the easier side of career modes. But in this series, we're going to use the hardest sliders I've ever used. So ultimate difficulty, we might try competitive mode off at first, and then we'll see how it goes. But for sliders, all users stuff is all just default. And then for the CPU, they have 57 sprint speed and acceleration, 15 shot error, and 1 pass error. Shot speed, pass speed are the same. Goalkeeper ability is on 85. That is the highest I've ever put the CPU goalkeeper ability. And then first touch error is on 10. So because we're using such a good team, I thought, why not try out the hardest slider set we've ever used? So we're going to test that out later in this episode. Also, really quick, I'm not going to be doing training, so sharpness is just going to be due to playing time, I guess. As we know, sharpness, if you do all the training, it's like every player gets like a +5 boost at least, and it gets a little bit OP just to make it a little bit more challenging with that. And then same thing goes with development plans. We all know development plans in this game are so OP, so I'm only going to be using them for certain players. So I'm thinking we only put development plans on players that are in the 70s, just so that is not OP as well. We can still change players' positions if we want to or not. So that is the plan. I'm thinking this will be our toughest career mode, one of them at least, because of the sliders. Then again, our team is amazing. We have a lot of players coming back. Van Dijk is going to be so much fun to use, and then that front three of Mane, Firmino, and Salah, if we add to it, that is going to be a lot more fun to use. So if you are excited for this series and want to see more of it, drop this video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you have not. So I think the first thing we do is that we're going to go over this squad and put players on the transfer list and then kind of assess what we have here at Liverpool already. So Adrian is transfer listed. I recalled a bunch of players that were on loan because we are pretending this is next season. Like Karius, I think will be our number 2 keeper. I think he's a fine backup behind Allison. So obviously we're good there. We're good at left back, but we might need a new backup. Is Mikas? See, Mikas, I don't know how to say his name. He's barely played this season, so I'm not sure if we should buy a new backup that's a little bit better. So I transfer listed him for now. So at center back, we have a lot of center backs now. So we have Matip, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kabak, who's on loan, Davies, who we signed, and I don't know why. So I might try and sell him. We're going to put him on the transfer list for now, but I don't know if we need another center back because we're going to have Matip, we're going to have Gomez, we're going to have Van Dijk, and then I am planning to sign Konate. That seems like the one transfer that we're making in real life that is for sure happening, I think. The plan is for him to be our first signing. So that would be 4 pretty good center backs. And then Kabak would be like 5th choice. Like Van Dijk and Gomez coming back, it's almost like 2 signings. So I think we're pretty good at center back. I think we are definitely going to need a new backup right back behind Trent because Nico Williams, even though he has potential and he's young, I feel like we do need a better player there, even though Milner can play right back, left back. And I do plan to use Milner in this first season at least. So it looks like Genie is going. As sad as I am to see him leave Liverpool, it looks like he is leaving. So we transfer listed him. We're going to try to sell him. And then we're going to try to look for a midfielder replacement for him, kind of like in the 83, 84 range. But I mean, we do have some decent depth at in the midfield. I'm not sure if I'm going to look to sell anyone here or not. Harry Wilson, we recalled him. I think we might try and look to sell him. I don't really think I can find a spot for him in this team. Rich, we could loan out again. I'm not sure. I'm going to add him to the loan list for now, even though he's 24 years old. It's like we either sell him or play him. I feel like that's an age where we have to make a decision. So actually, how much is his value? Is 12.5. So we'll put him on the transfer list for now. So I left Minamino at Southampton. I'm not sure if I will recall him or not, but I feel like wingers is a position that we need to strengthen. Jota, Mane, Salah are perfect. I feel like we should sell Shaqiri and buy like 2 at least decent wingers. And then at striker, I think I am going to look to sell Origi. I feel like we need just a better backup striker for Firmino or another option at striker. So that's a decent amount of players that we've transfer shortlisted. We do have a lot of money here at Liverpool, even though I'm not looking to spend it all in this first transfer window. We're going to try to keep this as realistic as possible for this first season at least. So drop your transfer suggestions in the comments down below. But first, we're going to look at this little short list that I made. So we have two young right backs, Dagba and then Henriks. I feel like either of them would not be a bad backup, and I do think they'd be not too expensive either. We are going to sign Konate. I'm going to try to sign him in this episode, our first signing, I think. I'm pretty sure it's like at least 95% confirmed that he's signing. I think he even like sat out Leipzig's last game in the Bundesliga because like to prevent injury so that the deal goes through. So we're going to try to sign him. And then we have some players on here for the possible Wijnaldum replacement. Tielemans would be such a good replacement for Wijnaldum. And I mean, now that Leicester didn't make the Champions League this season, I feel like if a team comes in for him, I don't know if Leicester would sell him, but if he was available, I think a lot of teams would go in for him. And then we have Neuhaus, a player that I've tried to sign in other career modes, just haven't signed him yet. And then Aaron Ramsey, I heard that he was actually linked to Liverpool. So he's on this short list, even though he's probably the most far-fetched transfer that we'd probably make. Probably not. And then we have some pretty good like young attacking players here like Velasco, Cunha. Depay was linked to Liverpool, but it seems like he's more likely to go to Barcelona, so I'm not sure if we'd sign him in this series. But Rashica, Gonçalves, and Dolberg, these three would be so good at Liverpool. I feel like these three and Konate are my main like targets right now. And then Moreno from Villarreal, he would be such a good option as well, like a different type of striker other than Firmino. So that is the initial shortlist that we've made. We have a lot of money. We have 140 million, and that's going to go up when we sell Wijnaldum and Shaqiri probably. So we're not going to go too crazy in this first episode. I think we are going to play the first two Premier League games. We're going to sim the Community Shield. We're going to pretend like we're not even in the Community Shield. We're going to pretend it's Man City Leicester. So we're just going to sim that and pretend it never happened, and then play the first two Premier League games of the season against Brighton and then Burnley, both at home. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the transfers in this first episode. I want your guys' feedback to spend most of the money. Oh yeah, let me know in the comments whether you guys want the press conferences to return in this series, also the season objectives. So if you want press conferences back, let me know in the comments down below. All right, so first offer is from Burnley for Origi for 14 million. We might try and just get a little bit more for him. All right, so Burnley accept 16 million. So Origi might be on his way to Burnley. That would be an interesting transfer. And Origi has been sold to Burnley. And we do have a bunch of scouting reports back. And Konate is going to be our first target. It's only 78. For some reason, I thought he was like 81, but he's actually only 78 rated. So he's not going to even be that expensive. Velasco would only be 8 to 10 million. That is so cheap. Cunha will be 50 million. He's a bit better. Rashica, 26. 26 for Rashica. Gonçalves would be about 50 probably. And Dolberg only 30. All right, I'm liking these prices. Leicester are trying to buy Moreno, so we probably won't pick him up, but we are going to go after Konate for our first signing. All right, Leipzig accept 40 million, so it's a little bit over his value, but Konate will be the first signing of this career mode. All right, so Konate signed up, so I think we are very, very good at center back now. Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, Konate, and then Kabak. I think we are really good. I'm going to try to loan out Reece Williams, and then going to try to sell Ben Davies. I'm not sure about Phillips. Probably keep him just for now. All right, Man City wants Salah. That is never happening. And Arsenal want to do a swap deal with Matip. Who are they offering? Hector Bellerin they're offering. We are going to reject that. I don't want to give Arsenal Matip, and I don't want Bellerin. And then Sporting are trying to sign a Harry Wilson. We might try to negotiate this, get a little bit more. Same deal as Origi. All right, so 12.8 for Harry Wilson, and he will probably be on his way to Portugal. All right, I guess he's not going to Portugal because the transfer broke down. All right, so we're still waiting to try and sell Wijnaldum, but we might try and get a player on the cheap here. Henriks, he's 6 foot and he can play right back and left back. He's got 4-star weak foot. He'd only be 12 million. So I kind of feel like for a backup fullback, he would not be a bad option at all. So I think we are going to go and try and sign up Henriks, another player from Leipzig. All right, so we have our new backup right back / backup left back. For only 15 million. I think that's a decent little deal. He's only 23 too, so he could grow. So that leaves us with still about 100 million, and we still have to sell Wijnaldum. All right, Ajax want Grujic. I'm not sure if we should let him go or not, because I mean, he's a decent player. I think for now we're gonna reject this because it'd only be like 15 million. I'm still undecided on if we should keep him or not. All right, an offer for Matip from AC Milan for 50 million for Matip. Man, that is a lot of money for a 28-year-old, even though he is pretty decent. I mean, he's not the quickest though. 53 acceleration, 67 sprint speed. I'm not sure if we should sell him or not, because we would have Phillips and we'd also have Konate to be third choice and fourth choice. But I mean, if Gomez or Van Dijk gets injured, then we'd be kind of screwed. So I kind of feel like for now we might try and hold on to Matip. Let me know what you guys think about that, as we still waiting for offers for Wijnaldum. I cannot get offers for him, so we need to sell him because he would be a lot of money. All right, we're getting close to the beginning of the season and we still can't sell Wijnaldum, but I feel like we need to pick up another attacker. I kind of feel like Velasco has gone up in his value. I feel like Rashica might be the better option because he can play striker and on the wing, because he does have high finishing, 74 finishing. It's not that high, but still I feel like he's the best option here. We could maybe pick up Velasco as well. We're gonna go in for Rashica first. Let's see what Werder Bremen say to 25 million. They just got relegated, so I think they got relegated unless I'm thinking wrong. So he'd probably be on his way out anyways. All right, 28 million for Rashica. I feel like that's not a bad deal. So we are going to try to sign Rashica up on a contract. I feel like we are in desperate need of more wingers and like backup wingers. So a guy that can play on the wing and also play striker as well. I think for 25 million, that is not a bad purchase. All right, so Rashica is signed up, and I kind of want to sign Velasco as well. He's only 1874 rated. I feel like his value is going to keep going up if we don't sign him right now. So we're going to throw an offer and we're going to try to pick him up as well. All right, so they accepted 13.5 million or 14 million actually. Well, that's not bad. Plus his wages are not going to be that high. Yeah, only 23,000 per week. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of potential, like a lot. So he is going to be our third signing to be like a new backup winger. So Rashica signed up, and also Velasco. Now I have no idea which number to give them. We'll give him 27 for now, and then we'll also get him training into a left wing. So he's 5'6", he's pretty short, but he can also play striker. Him being short means, I mean, he's actually not that quick. He's like decently quick, but he's only 18, so he is going to have a lot of room to grow. And I think it's time for us to play the first game of the season against Brighton. So it's gonna be the first time on these sliders. I'm kind of nervous. I've not played FIFA in a little bit, so this could easily go bad. So we're still going to try to sell Shaqiri and Wijnaldum, but I think this is the formation that we're going to start with and the team that we're going to use. So Mane, Firmino, Salah, Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson. Henderson's back too, and he hasn't played for us in so long, it feels like. And then the old title-winning back line of Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, and Trent. Bench, Matip, Milner, Keita, Oxlade, Chamberlain, Velasco, Jota, and Rashica. And then our tactics, we're gonna do press after possession loss, kind of how to try to play how Liverpool play in real life, pretty much. Kind of real just attacking style. Like we're gonna have Trent and Robertson are both on join the attack and overlap run type, and then Fabinho's on stay back. Thiago is on aggressive interceptions. Firmino is on false 9, and then Mane and both Salah are on free roam. So this is going to be interesting. We're a very good team, so we should challenge for the title this season easily. But because of these sliders and the fact that I haven't played a game in FIFA for probably like 2 weeks, this first game against Brighton could go bad. But at Anfield, this comeback season begins, and we will see how we do in our first game of the season against Brighton. Man, I have not played FIFA in like 2 weeks, it feels like. I'm playing a lot of PES, so like I said, this is gonna be interesting. And I mean, depending on how this goes, we could increase the sliders, because I want this season to be difficult. We're using such a good team that I want to use like the hardest sliders possible without just making it not fun, pretty much. So Van Dijk, Gomez, Henderson return, and Mane recaptures form. Can Salah continue his goal scoring run, and can Firmino kind of capture that old form of being like a false 9? We are going to find out in this season as we get this started. I don't know why my little icon is yellow. It's usually blue. I don't know why it's yellow, but first game of this season, we are going to see how this goes. I'm a little bit nervous because of these sliders, but we are going to find out what happens. Man, this game feels so weird after playing PES so much. It feels so weird. Henderson is already in, and already 5 minutes in, captain's back, and we've scored the first goal in this game. I mean, the goalkeeper got pretty close to saving it. We're gonna increase the goalkeeper ability more. We're gonna put it on 95. We're gonna lower the first touch to 5. We might as well increase the speed and then increase. Oh, let's do shutter at 15 still. Let's do 90 goalkeeper ability. I feel like 95 is a bit much. Like I said, these sliders are gonna be ever changing. We're gonna try to find that little sweet spot. But I mean, could there be a better start than that? 5 minutes in, already 1-0 up. We'll see if we can keep that up. I don't think Brighton have even had a touch on the ball yet. Yeah, I feel like next game we'll try competitive mode on as well. That might help a little bit, because I kind of thought the game was easier with it on, but maybe we'll try it off. Maybe it's changed. But this is Brighton's first attack. With these sliders, their shooting is going to be so OP, but thankfully we have Van Dijk in the back to try and stop that foolishness. Gonna play this through to Salah. That ball's a little bit too far wide, and someone get in the box for a cross. Not a bad cross. Keeper punches it out. Henderson. Oh, I wanted to go for a volley. Just could not get on the end of it. All right, so our fullbacks have instructions to go forward. So defending the counterattack is going to be a challenge. That is a cross in, and Van Dijk is so slow to get in. Okay, that was my fault. That was not Van Dijk's fault. That was my fault. I didn't pull back fast enough. Just like that, Brighton have equalized. All right, this might be a high scoring series. With these sliders in the front three I have, this might be a high scoring career mode. For the CPU and for me. So 22nd minute, 1-1. We'll see if we can retake this lead. Man, it just feels so weird playing this game though after playing PES for like 2 weeks straight. Man, I can't wait till next season where the stadiums might be actually like full again. That is going to be so good to see. Mane is through here. We're going to cross this to Mohamed Salah. What kind of finish is that? What? Do I have time finishing on? What was that? Yeah, I have time finishing on. Why is that on? Okay, that just costed us a goal. I don't know why that's on. All right, so I will not blame Salah. I will blame FIFA on that one. Also, something I want to try in this career mode is playing Trent in the midfield. I feel like in real life, everyone always talks about his defending not being good enough. It's like, why not try him in the midfield then? So I do want to try that in the series. I think I played like a World Cup playthrough in FIFA 20 and I used him in the midfield and he was actually really good. So I do want to try that in this series. Oh, Trent. That is a good tackle on Bissouma. So much for not being good at defending. Now Firmino is going to be led through. Going to try to pick out the pass. We get that to Sadio Mane. Firmino, I want to get that to Trent. Just could not pass the ball. Yeah, with these instructions, the counterattack for the CPU is going to be probably their best option of scoring. That is to Bissouma, Fabinho. Fabinho makes a good tackle, and that will probably be the first half, and that is. All right, 1-1. Should be 2-1 if time finishing was not on, but we will see if we can grab the lead in the second half. All right, Fabinho, get that to Sadio Mane. Salah was making that run. Salah's gonna go for a shot. Keeper goes to his right and saves it. See if we can find these spaces in the second half. I feel like our attack kind of died out a little bit in the first half. Firmino's gonna go for a shot. Keeper saves it once again. This corner is gonna be swung in by Trent. That is gonna be cleared. Van Dijk. Don't really want you shooting. Thiago, you can shoot. You can shoot. And that is such a good shot, and the keeper saves it again. Trent will swing this corner in once again. That was not bad. Van Dijk, why not have a shot? Keeper saves it again. I think that's 4 saves by the keeper. This is where the goalkeeper ability sliders might be a little bit annoying, so we might change that. But I think for this game, we'll leave it and we'll see after. That is a good corner. Keeper catches it finally. Thiago to Firmino. See if we can work a little 1-2 here. That was a good challenge by, I think that's Dan Burn. What a name, Dan Burn. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I could be wrong. That is a very good through ball. It's a guy in the middle. Trossard does not want to go for him, and Trent makes another good tackle. All right, Hendo gonna get that to Fabinho. Firmino is calling for that, but the CPU is a lot quicker on these sliders, even though, can we get on the end of that? No, we can't. That would have been such a lucky little bounce. I feel like Salah and Mane can get past the defenders even on these sliders, but I don't think Firmino can. All right, so there's only 20 minutes left and this game is still 1-1. So we're going to drop Firmino back and play him as cam. And then we're going to bring on Jota at a center forward. Or do we put Salah up top? I think we'll leave it at that. I think this is going to be our go-to change when we need a goal. I think that will be our only change for now. So 18 minutes left, still 1-1. We do not want to draw our first game. So we need to try and find this second goal. Henderson to Firmino. Do a little give and go. Try to get that to Thiago. That first touch was so heavy. Man, they're just keeping this ball and wasting time. There's only 3 minutes left. We might win it there. We do win it there. And my subs are still not on. So I don't even know if we're able to get Jota on. Trent is making that run. Gonna get that to Firmino. Salah, can we get a shot away? No, we can't. Oh, that might be the final chance of this game, and we might draw our first game in this this career mode. I mean, we could even lose this actually if they get this cross in. Do not want to lose our first game. I don't even want to draw it, but we might still get a point at least. All right, like 5 minutes at a time. Thank you, ref. All right, this game ends 1-1. I mean, for my first game back on FIFA in like 2 weeks, that wasn't the worst, even though it's still a 1-1 draw at home against Brighton. So much for the comeback season. We are right back to being Liverpool of this real life season. I feel like we might lower the goalkeeper ability for the next game and also put competitor mode on and try that. But first game done, that is a 1-1 draw. All right, we were at our next game, the second game of the Premier League, and we still have no offers for Wijnaldum. So I think in the end, if we can't get an offer for Wijnaldum, I might just do a swap deal with someone to get him off this team. But I think to end this episode, we're going to play this second game of the season. Probably give Velasco and Rashica their debuts this game off the bench, and we'll see what we can do in the second game of the season. Hopefully get a win. Don't want to draw or lose first 2 games. So we're gonna put competitor mode on, and then we're gonna lower the goal capability. I think what was it before we changed it? Was it on 75? Might have been 80. We'll do 75. I feel like that's a pretty good spot, because I mean their other sliders are already insane. So we're gonna try that for this next game against Burnley. All right, so we're actually gonna give Jota the start of a Mane due to fitness in this game, but other than that, it is the regular starting 11, same as last game. So we'll see what we can do in the second game of the season. Hopefully get a win here at Burnley. Oh yeah, Burnley have Origi, and I think he is playing. Yeah, he is. And Origi scoring against Liverpool at Anfield, that would make me so sad. We're gonna try to prevent that from happening. Also try to get our first win of this season. We should be beating a team like Burnley, even though we all know Burnley are actually a pretty good team in FIFA for some reason. Thiago to Henderson, Firmino. First shot of this game, Nick Pope is going to save that. We have very good targets. For corners, Van Dijk gets his head on that, but it's not on target. Oh yeah, also, I know you guys have probably seen this already, but we are still on next gen. And 2 players that look so good on next gen are Alisson and Van Dijk. Like, look at Alisson's hair. That hair is flowing. And I mean, Van Dijk's hair doesn't move that much, but his hair still looks so good in this game. Like, the few players that they chose to like touch up for next gen, they actually look like so good. Oh, Jay Rodriguez is through. This is not good. And okay, I'm pretty sure Origi just fouled Robertson, or Henderson actually. I couldn't catch up, and then I tried closing him down with Robertson, and he just fell. Like, what was this? Look at Origi. Look at Origi. That's a trip. That is a trip on Henderson. All right, I pretty much just gave the ball up in the midfield, though. Still not used to this game. For some reason, I'm still in like the PES mindset. So we need to click on. Already down 1-0. We need a win here. We need actually our first win of this season. Firmino driving forward. This is not looking too bad. Does he have options? Does he have options? I don't see anything. Endo to Thiago. Thiago tries to turn the defender. Just cannot. Firmino, going to play that to Trent. Now can Trent send one of his crosses in? Firmino was pretty good up for that. That's going to fall to Salah. Salah's going to go for a shot. That's a good save by Nick Pope once again. And then Jota cannot win that loose ball. Fabinho's picking this up in a semi-dangerous spot. Jota, I need you to go on a run. Gonna go to Thiago instead. There is Jota. Salah, not really. He's being covered by like 3 guys. Jota to Firmino. Firmino, kind of a similar spot. We just can't get a good, clean shot at goal right now. That is easily savable by Pope. This is a little bit better, though. This is a little bit better. Now Salah, what can we do here? Does a little step over. 2 step overs. Can't get the shot away though. Looks like my indecisiveness on PES is rubbing off on FIFA now. Salah will play Firmino in. That is timed perfect. Now we need to score this. Just cut on the right foot, and the center back makes such a good play. And that's gonna be halftime. All right, that was a failure of execution there. We should have tied this game up right there. But we finished that first half better than we started, so we'll see if that continues in the second. I want to win this game very, very badly. Firmino, it's a good ball into Salah. We're just gonna get so close to the keeper. Nick Pope once again makes a very good save. Like, our finishing is just not there yet. That's a decent corner. That's going to be punched out, and they are going to collect this. Okay, who was that who just got rinsed? Origi. Oh, Origi, don't do that to me. Origi just did that to me. Oh, on Van Dijk as well, and Burnley are 2-0 up. And they just pass the ball through. Origi does a little step over something and just puts that in. Also celebrates against us. Man, I need to find my FIFA form. This game feels so weird right now. 30 minutes left. We might actually lose our second game of the season. Like I said, these sliders might be adjusted for episode 2. I might have been a little bit too OP on the CPU side, so maybe that will be changed in the next episode. The point is, with the sliders, the point is that I want this career mode to be challenging. I don't want it to be easy. It's another good through ball. Are we going to go down 3-0? We're going to go down 3-0. All right. That is pretty much game over to Burnley. All right. I was not expecting this, but all right, we're gonna make some changes. Naby's on. We're gonna give Rashica his debut, not in the best circumstances, and we're gonna bring on Velasco for Jota. Can we at least score some goals for our pride? Even though we're probably gonna lose this game, I think we will be just fine this season. I haven't played this game in a while. I think we'll find our form pretty soon and then kick on from there. We'll see if we can score some goals though in the rest of this game. Like, I am pretty convinced this is just because I haven't played, because I mean, we went invincible with AC Milan, and the only change from those sliders to this one is like, I think the CPU sprint speed and acceleration. I think that's the only change, the big change we made. I mean, the rest of the sliders are kind of like +5 for the CPU, so it's a little bit different, but still, feel like they're not that much different. I am just simply not used to this game right now. And I mean, if we want to make it a storyline, I mean, Van Dijk has not played a game, and Gomez, they haven't played a game in a whole season. So maybe we're a bit rusty on that end, on the defensive end. So maybe that could be our excuse for this first episode. Sheets gonna give that to Henderson. That would have been such a good ball to Naby. You just can't get it to him. All right, Rashica, that's a good pass into Velasco. Velasco for a goal in his debut. What kind of finish is that? Like, is timed finishing still on? I am lost. Why is that finish so bad? No, it's off. What is happening? Okay, like, wait, what are all these settings? Auto shots? Players will perform automatic shots contextually in appropriate situations. What are these settings? I have no idea if that's been on this whole time this year or not. I have no idea what that. I've never even seen that setting. I mean, everything else looks fine. I don't know what is happening with our finishing, but I still think it will be settled in episode 2. I think this episode, like I said, don't roast me too hard. I've not played this game in 2 weeks. But we just lost to Burnley 3-0 at home. So a draw and a loss in our first 2 games. Like I said, I want this to be challenging, and it is. I feel like those goals were preventable. Like, it's just me, my defending. I need to sharpen up a bit. But that is a tough start to the season. That is a tough start. All right, so tough start to the season, but this is where we're going to end this first episode. So in the next episode, we'll play these 2 games and also finish the transfer window. So make sure to leave your transfer suggestions in the comments down below. So we have 70 million left, but that should go up to like 120, 130 if we sell Wijnaldum, which we're going to try to do in the next episode. Same with Shaqiri. I think maybe for the next episode, we might lower this a little bit, like 57 maybe, and then leave everything like that. I think we'll leave, no, we'll drop it a little bit to 70. We'll try that and then leave a first touch error at 5. We'll leave that. So I think we'll try this to start the next episode. We might try to change these throughout this season to try and find that sweet spot. So hopefully we can pick it up in the next episode. But if you're excited for this series, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Hope you all have a great day.